Hey guys, welcome back to BackPocketGameReviews, and today I'm gonna bring you 5 more GameStop secrets from a former employee. Some of these you may know or not really know the details of, to be exact, but most of these to some degree are going to be a surprise, at least a surprise that you've probably never thought about. So number 5. There is a little circle on certain games that you can find. Every game has this circle in the center, but there's this, we'll call it metallic sticker that GameStop will sometimes put in the center of the disc. Well, it's only really found on used copies of games. It'll never be found on a new copy. And the reason why is because it means the disc was damaged in the center. So it's essentially a sticker to hold that piece of the disc together so it doesn't explode inside of your system. With that being said, sometimes they do explode inside your system. I've had that happen to customers. They brought it back. I don't ever recommend keeping any game that has that sticker in the center. Request a different copy. Some games have like a little metallic sticker, but I mean, this thing takes up the entire center, and it is clearly not put on by the manufacturer. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. Number 4, dirty trades. Now, what I mean by dirty trades is you've heard me talk about finger cheese in the controller and how I used to clean that out. Most stores don't clean that out. If I were to go in and I were to trade in my controller right here, which has my finger cheese in it, most people wouldn't clean it because it looks clean. It's all right, but the issue is there's stuff hiding inside of your controller or your console. Another good example would be we don't clean the inside of consoles, or we didn't when I worked there, and I strongly doubt they do. If you trade in a console and it's working, no one is going to check the inside of that console. Now you might ask, why would that be a problem? Well, because bed bugs can live inside of a console. Yes, it is possible to buy a used system from GameStop and wind up with bed bugs. It's possible to buy a used system from anywhere and wind up with bed bugs. But just as a heads up, always be cautious when you buy pre-owned products. You might even want to clean them out yourself, take some canned air to the inside, something along those lines. That's obviously not going to take care of bed bugs, though, if they are living in there. And once it's in your house, you will now have bed bugs in your house. So, just something to be mindful of. Markups before sales. So GameStop a lot of times will mark up their used games before running it on a sale, and a lot of that's so they can make it look like a bigger sale. Or another example of this would be they will mark down the trade-in value before offering 50% extra trade-in credit. That's actually extremely common and happens every time that they run any kind of 50% extra back in trade credit or any of those big deals like that. They're typically marking them up the day before or marking down the trade values again the day before that starts. So if you watch and you check your trade values before they start one of those sales, you'll typically tend to see it. It's pretty interesting to watch, but every time I go in during a 50% more, you're still going to get more than what you would have if they weren't running that, but it's not going to be as big of a 50% as what you're thinking because of that markdown. So, number 2, almost every strategy guide inside of GameStop eventually got what we called pennied out. Now, what pennied out means is essentially it's going destroy. So you're just going to toss it in the trash. They would actually request us to rip off the front covers of those. Most employees just took the ones that they wanted, or we gave them away at midnights, at least at my store, which is not company policy. That's actually something GameStop corporate doesn't want you to do, is give away your pennied out merchandise. So, it was a lot of games. Like, we would just have stacks of like those strategy guides. Stacks. And I think that's a big part of the reason why GameStop probably doesn't carry strategy guides so much anymore. Could be. But also, with the invention of YouTube, strategy guides don't really sell or fly off the shelves like they used to. You can typically find a walkthrough, someone showing you how to do it, a lot easier than you can reading through a book with someone trying to explain how to do it. So, and number one, every GameStop employee is going to tell you the GPG covers any kind of damage to the disc. However, with that being said, the game protection guarantee, the warranty that you can get on your disc, does not cover the disc if it breaks into pieces. Now, depending on the associate you get when you go in, most of us would swap it out for you. However, corporate's policy is if that disc is in pieces, that warranty no longer covers it. Yeah, it's kind of a sad little warranty, isn't it? I mean, it only covers scratches. But yeah, so be cautious when you buy GPG. If you're someone who takes good care of your games, don't let them sucker you into it. If you are someone with kids who sometimes the kids get a little too rough with the games, then that's typically who's going to want to buy that. But if you plan on busting it into pieces because you have a rage fit after a game of Call of Duty, you probably shouldn't buy the GPG. It's not going to cover what you're needing it to cover. Well, guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoy the content, you can click subscribe up there, and you can also click that little bell. It'll let you know sometimes when I upload videos. Not all the time. It's not a perfect system, but better sometimes than nevers. So, guys, thanks for watching. Plenty more content coming for you, and stick around.